Imagine it's a bright, sunny morning in May. You've just finished your morning chores, the birds are singing, and everything seems perfectly normal. Then, slowly but surely, the sun begins to disappear. By noon, the sky is pitch black. Not cloudy, not stormy, but a deep, inky blackness. Chickens go to roost, candles are lit, and a wave of panic sweeps through the land. People fall to their knees, believing the end of the world has come. This isn't a scene from a disaster movie. This really happened. On May 19th, 1780, a mysterious darkness fell over New England, an event that would be remembered for centuries as New England's Dark Day. Welcome back to our channel, where we uncover the forgotten chapters of history. Today, we're diving into one of America's most bizarre and unsettling historical mysteries, the day the sun vanished. What caused this terrifying phenomenon? Was it a supernatural event, a sign from above, or something else entirely? Stick with us as we travel back to the 18th century to shed some light on this incredible dark day. The year is 1780. The American Revolutionary War is in full swing. Tensions are high, and the colonies are fighting for their very existence. In this already uncertain atmosphere, the morning of May 19th began like any other. The sun rose, casting its familiar golden glow across the towns and farms of New England and parts of Canada. But as the morning progressed, witnesses began to notice something strange. The sky took on an unusual yellowish or reddish hue, and the sun itself appeared red, almost like a ball of blood hanging in the sky. By mid-morning, the light had dimmed considerably. A report from Ipswich, Massachusetts described it as a brass-colored light. The air grew thick and heavy, and an odd, sooty smell like a distant fire hung in the atmosphere. People began to feel a sense of unease. This wasn't a normal storm gathering. By noon, the darkness was so profound that it was compared to a moonless night. In homes, schools, and workplaces, daily activities ground to a halt. People couldn't see to read, to sew, or even to recognize the faces of those standing next to them without the aid of a candle. Naturally, widespread panic ensued. In an era deeply rooted in religious faith and superstition, the most common explanation was a divine one. This was Judgment Day. The Bible speaks of the sun being darkened and the moon not giving its light as signs of the apocalypse. And for many, this prophecy was unfolding before their very eyes. People gathered in churches praying for salvation. Others simply fell to their knees in the streets, convinced their final moments had arrived. The account of Abraham Davenport, a member of the Connecticut legislature, has become legendary. As darkness fell upon the Capitol in Hartford, some of his colleagues, fearing the end was nigh, moved to adjourn the session. But Davenport stood up and delivered a powerful, defiant speech. He is famously quoted as saying, "I am against adjournment. The day of judgment is either approaching or it is not. If it is not, there is no cause for an adjournment. If it is, I choose to be found doing my duty. I wish therefore that candles may be brought." And so, they brought candles and continued their work, a remarkable testament to steadfastness in the face of the unknown. The darkness wasn't just a daytime event. That night, the sky remained unnaturally black. There was no moonlight, no starlight. It was a complete and total void of light, described by many as a palpable Egyptian darkness. When the moon finally became visible after midnight, it appeared blood red. The following morning, May 20th, the sun rose again, and though the sky was still hazy, the terrifying darkness had lifted. But the questions remained. What on earth had just happened? For centuries, the dark day was shrouded in mystery. Early theories ranged from the divine to the astronomical. Some wondered if a massive volcanic eruption, perhaps somewhere far away and unknown, had spewed ash into the upper atmosphere. This was a plausible idea, similar to the eruption of Mount Tambora in 1815, which caused the year without a summer. However, there's no geological record of a major eruption in 1780 that could account for such a localized, intense darkness. Others considered a massive solar eclipse. But astronomers of the time, and since, have confirmed that no eclipse occurred on that date. The movements of the celestial bodies were, and are, predictable, and May 19, 1780 was not on the schedule for any such event. So, if it wasn't a volcano and it wasn't an eclipse, what was it? The real answer, which scientists began to piece together much later, is actually rooted in a more terrestrial, though no less extraordinary, combination of events. The most widely accepted scientific explanation today points to massive wildfires. But not just any wildfires. It required a perfect storm of conditions to create the infamous Dark Day. Let's break down the evidence. First, there are numerous historical accounts from the spring of 1780 mentioning an unusually dry season and large forest fires burning in the region, particularly in Ontario, Canada. These weren't small brush fires. We're talking about vast tracts of old-growth forest, dense with combustible material, going up in smoke. The sheer volume of smoke produced would have been immense. Second, we need to consider the weather patterns. On and around May 19th, a specific meteorological setup was in place. A low-pressure system likely moved through the area, creating strong winds that could carry the smoke from the distant fires eastward, directly over New England. But smoke alone doesn't usually create pitch-black darkness at noon. For that, you need another ingredient: fog. New England in May is prone to dense sea fog. The theory is that this thick, low-lying fog bank interacted with the massive plume of smoke from the wildfires. The smoke particles, or soot, acted as condensation nuclei, allowing water vapor in the fog to cling to them. This created a super-dense, double-layered blanket of smog and fog. The smoke high in the atmosphere blocked the sunlight from above, while the thick, soupy fog on the ground scattered and absorbed what little light managed to get through. This combination explains many of the peculiar details reported by witnesses. The yellowish or coppery color of the sky was likely caused by the scattering of sunlight through the thick aerosol of soot particles. The sooty smell and the ash that fell on rivers and ponds, leaving a scummy layer, are direct evidence of a massive smoke event. And the incredible density of the darkness? That was the result of this unique, unfortunate layering of thick smoke and heavy fog, a rare atmospheric cocktail that effectively turned off the sun for a day. In 2007, researchers from the University of Missouri provided strong evidence for this theory. By studying tree rings from the Algonquin Highlands in Ontario, Canada, they were able to pinpoint a period of massive fire damage that correlates exactly with the spring of 1780. The burn scars found in the tree rings tell a story of a widespread, intense fire event right at the time, and in the location needed to send a massive plume of smoke toward New England. This dendrochronological evidence, combined with the atmospheric science, provides the most complete and logical explanation for the 1780 Dark Day. So, the mystery that terrified a generation and puzzled historians for over 2 centuries was not a sign of the apocalypse or a cosmic anomaly. It was a natural, albeit extreme and incredibly rare weather event. It was a powerful reminder of how interconnected our planet is, how an event hundreds of miles away, like a forest fire, combined with local weather, can have dramatic and frightening consequences. The story of New England's Dark Day is more than just a historical curiosity. It's a fascinating case study in human psychology. It shows how, in the absence of information, we naturally turn to what we know, our beliefs, our fears, our stories, to make sense of a world turned upside down. For the colonists of 1780, that meant the end of days. For us, with the benefit of modern science, it's a lesson in meteorology and environmental history. But the feeling of awe and terror they must have experienced is something we can still understand today. It's a powerful reminder that even on a planet we think we know so well, nature still holds the power to surprise and humble us. What do you think? Can you imagine living through a day where the sun just went out? It's a truly mind-boggling scenario. The fact that it really happened makes it all the more compelling. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey back in time to uncover the truth behind New England's mysterious Dark Day. If you enjoy exploring the strange and forgotten corners of history, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you won't miss our next investigation into the past. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious.